Namaste, beautiful, beautiful souls, beautiful friends. So we are at the time of a full moon, though you could do this practice at any time you like, but it's also a supermoon, and I should find everything's intensified at the time of a full moon. You know, so if everything's been going really well, it'll probably be great. If you've been struggling emotionally or whatever, then you may be feeling really rubbish. It's also a good time for reflection. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is one of the things that has really helped me, especially over the past few weeks, and I'll talk about this in my book, is asking better questions. Because when we ask things like, oh, why do I get everything wrong? You know, why does nothing go right for me? You know, why am I always this rubbish, blah, 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 blah. The problem is, whenever we ask ourselves a question like that, a disempowering question, we get a disempowering answer. You know, you're not actually rubbish, but if you ask yourself, why am I so rubbish or so useless, your mind will come up with something. Whereas if you ask yourself something like, what actually is good about this? What could be good about this? What could I enjoy about this? What has gone well today? What is great about today? What is great about this situation? You know, asking different questions really can, it changes obviously the quality of the answer you get. You get a far more empowering answer, and it will help shift your mood. Because if we're always focusing on what's wrong with ourselves or the world around us, etc., then, you know, it's going to give you answers. I think there's so much stuff going on. There's been so much stuff going on over the past few years. It's very easy. I could think of 100 reasons every morning to feel anxious, to feel depressed, to feel angry, you know, all those kind of things. And I've had enough of feeling that way, to be completely honest. I've had enough of feeling fearful. I've had enough of feeling stressed, of feeling like, what's going on? So I'm choosing to focus on what's right in front of me. And the other thing I've started doing as well is as I'm drifting off to sleep, I'm asking myself, what was good about today? What did I enjoy about today? And you can start to, you know, you can bring enjoyment to even the most mundane task. So cleaning, for example, the sense of achievement afterwards, you know, when we change our focus, what we say to ourselves, what we think about, we can change the way that we feel. So I want to think of that as we're going through class and ask yourself, you know, what is good? What is good about me? What is good about what I'm doing? What am I enjoying? What is great right now? And also, whenever you start to feel a little bit down, think to yourself, what are at least 5 things that are wonderful about my life right now? But here's what I want you to do. And I did this with my partner the other day. He was feeling a bit miserable. And I said, okay, tell me 5 things that are wonderful about your life right now. And he named his son. And I'm like, right, okay, what about him is wonderful? What about having him in your life is wonderful? It's not enough just to say, oh yeah, my son or me. You know, when he said me, I'm like, okay, what about me is wonderful? What about having me in your life makes it wonderful? The fact that I'm supportive, the fact that I'm honest, you know, and go deeper. So it's not just going, oh, you know, I'm thankful for having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for having a safe place to sleep in, so I feel dry, safe, you know, comfortable. I have nice things around me. And really go into the detail, and that will start to shift your energy. And it will shift it very quickly as well. What we focus on does affect how we feel, and we can change how we feel. We can't always change what's going on around us, and there's a lot of stuff going on that, you know, we feel powerless about, but we can change what we think about, what we focus our mind on. So bearing that in mind, just have your feet kind of around hip width apart, spread out your toes, soften or close your eyes, and just take a moment to check in. Noticing how you feel without judgment, without, oh God, I feel really blah, blah, blah today, or I feel tired today, or this is aching, or whatever. Just a sense of curiosity. So if you are noticing any kind of discomfort, just notice, okay, there's a bit of discomfort there. If you are feeling a bit low in energy, that's okay. It's okay. You're not a robot. There will be days when you feel great and days when you feel not so great, especially how the energies have been over this past 4 years. Everything is intensified. So like with mood swings, it's literally like up and down like a freaking heart monitor chart, rather than, you know, a kind of gentle up and down. So noticing how you're feeling right this moment. That's another reason for closing your eyes, because it really helps you to bring your attention to this moment, not worrying about anything else, not even worrying about what you're going to do when you get off the mat. just being aware right this moment. And take a nice full deep breath in from your roots to your crown. And kind of sigh it out. And get a nice full deep breath in. Sigh it out. And just gently opening your eyes, feet a little bit outside your hips. Soften your knees. And you're going to swing and wrap and make a light fist and allow your hands to tap your lower back. So you're getting a bit of an acupressure massage at the same time. As you're doing that, breathing in deeply and breathing out deeply. Once you know what you're doing, you can close your eyes again or focus on the tip of your nose. Or trust that you can keep your eyes closed and that you'll know just by listening to my voice. Keep going, but just bring your hands a little bit higher up to your spleen point, just underneath your armpit. So just underneath your chest at the side of your ribs. So you're just tapping that point with one hand and just breathing in and breathing out. Keep going, but one hand tapping your lung point, so that kind of like the corner here where your shoulder meets your chest. Again, just breathing in. This is also helpful for dealing with grief. And we can grieve like, when things change in life, we can grieve for, what has been. So it's good to work on that, to release that. Then go for the top of your shoulder. We've got a point that helps your immune system. So just the very top of your shoulder. And now your thymus point, your heart, just above your heart, the center of your chest, they're kind of like what I call the Tarzan point, Tarzan point. Again, just tapping that point with one hand. Then coming back to center again with a light fist, come up the inside of the arm, down the outside. Get nice and light and relaxed, so you're not causing any injury. You're not going to go home covered in bruises, you're just literally getting the energy flowing. Next time you come up, go across the center of your chest. And again, it's great for releasing, especially if you've been a bit pissed off or whatever, releasing emotions, etc. Then go across, down the outside, up the inside. And shake off the hands. Bring your hands onto your waist. Push the hips forward. Swing it to the right. Take it back behind you. Swing it to the left. Bring it forward. Side, back, side, and forward. So drawing a big circle, kind of imagine circling around your point of harmony and balance. Breathing in and out, in and out. Go around the other way. Inhale, exhale. And coming back to center, bring your feet a little bit closer. Bring your hands onto your knees. Feel the warmth of your hands, giving your knees a little bit of loving, and circle those knees around. And around the other way. Then roll back up to standing. Shift the weight onto one foot. Use the wall if you need to. And circle out that foot. If you can, circle out the opposite wrist in the opposite direction. Get your brain and your body working. And change directions. I don't know why I said it like that. Point the foot, flex the hand up. Woo. Flex the foot, flex the hand down. And point. And flex. Spread out the toes. Press into the ball of that foot. Give the ankle a bit of a shake. And bring that foot down, shift onto the other side. Again, circle the foot one way and see if you can circle the opposite hand in the opposite direction. Don't worry if I don't get to start with, it's all good. And change direction. So just get your brain working a little bit. Then point the foot, flex the hand up. Flex the foot, flex the hand down. And point. Woo! And flex. And point. And flex. Spread out the toes. Press into the ball of that foot. Give that foot a little bit of a shaky, shaky, shaky. And bring the feet down, bend your knees, bring your hands onto your thighs and bring your attention, think of your spine, so be aware of your whole spine, but to start with, just focus on your lower, your pelvis. Everyone's seen like a hanging pelvis, right? So just imagine that. So the arms stay straight, the movement is just in your spine. So as you breathe in, stick the bottom out, tilt the pelvis forward as if you're trying to bring your hip bones towards your thighs. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, as if you're trying to bring your hip bones towards your ribs. And as you're doing that, start to feel the stretch along your whole spine. So especially as you tuck under, so you're kind of doing that movement, sticking the bum out, tucking it under. So especially as you tuck under, feel the stretch along the spine. Start to draw the belly button in as well. And we're going to gradually move further and further up the spine. We're going to include a little bit more of the spine. So the moon is associated with the water element. So thinking here of creativity, fluidity, intuition, creativity. So flowing like waves. So it's starting to wave up and down the spine. So as you arch up, lifting through the mid-back now. And as you tilt the pelvis forward, start to bring your sternum forward. So again, we're mobilizing a little bit further up your spine. Then start to lift through the shoulders and drawing your heart forward. Again, I find visualization a very powerful tool. So you can imagine that either you can see your own spine or just visualize like a model of a skeleton and imagine moving it. And hopefully after a few repetitions, it will start to feel like you have more mobility in your own spine. So now as you breathe in, draw your heart forward, lift your eye gaze slightly. As you breathe out, lift through the back of the heart, chin to the chest. So stretching the front of the body, stretching the back of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. Then roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing. And keeping the feet underneath your hips. Just flip the arms out to the side, relax the shoulders, still focusing on the spine. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just stretch up and over, palm away. Inhale up, exhale over the other side. It looks like a tree blowing, moving in the breeze, lengthening from your hip to your fingertips. And again, visualizing your spine, moving your spine side to side. And imagine lengthening from your tailbone up and out through the crown of the head. So making space between the vertebrae, making space between your ribs. Again, just like a wave flowing in and out. Coming back up. And keeping the feet back, hip width apart. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms facing forward. Stretch up, but relax the shoulders. Push your hips forward a little bit. As you breathe out, just swing through. Inhale, reach up, squeeze your booty. Exhale, swing through. Breathing in and out. You can exhale through the mouth if you wish. And each time you might find you can reach up a little bit more. But try not to tense your shoulders. So as you reach up, lifting your eye gaze, but relaxing your shoulders. If you wish, you can make it a bigger swing through, coming all the way, taking the arms up and back, momentarily straightening the legs to stretch out the hamstrings. Come up and release the arms down. Soften or close your eyes for a moment, just noticing how you feel after those exercises. So you're kind of designed to get the energy flowing rather than about kind of making perfect poses. And then from here, bring your feet together if you can, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Relax the shoulders, again visualizing your spine. So you want to try and make space between the vertebrae. Lengthen through your fingers, turn the hands, rotate them out as far as you can. Notice how that opens out through the chest. Keeping the shoulders down if you can. Bring the palms together, or if you can bring the palms together without tensing your shoulders, without doing that. If not, have the hands a little bit wider. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Again, stretching from your feet to your fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Think of stretching up and over. So make sure you're lengthening up and out rather than just taking the arms. So the arms don't move. You're going up and over, making space between your ribs. Inhale, draw the belly button in. Exhale, up and over. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, up. Bend your knees. Exhale, come forward. Arms by ears. Come down as far as you can. If you do come to the floor, you can bring your thumb and index finger together, make a little triangle on the floor, or you can just rest your hands. Take another breath. Then bend your knees deeply, squeeze the knees together, reach the palms forward, arms by your ears. Inhale, come up with a nice flat back. When you get there, push the hips forward, lift your chest, lift your eye gaze and lean back, opening your heart. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, up and over. Push out your ribs, push out your hips. Inhale up. Exhale, up and over. Relax your shoulders. Inhale up. Bend your knees, firm up your belly. Exhale, coming forward with a nice flat back. Try to keep your ears, your arms in line with your ears. Come all the way down or as far as you can. Taking a breath here. Now reaching the arms forward, bend the knees as much as you need to. Hug your ears with your biceps. Inhale, coming all the way up. Then exhale, push the hips. Lift the heart, lift the eye gaze. Exhale. And inhale, coming back. Relax the arms down. Then come to the front of your mat. Have your blocks and bricks ready if you need to. Again, either big toes touching or heels slightly apart. Relax the shoulders, finding a mountain pose. Turn the hands, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale again, up and over to one side, stretch out the side waist. Inhale up, exhale over the other side. Inhale up, exhale, bring the hands down the center line this time. Heart follows hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fingertips beside toes. So use your bricks, blocks if you need them. Right foot steps back. We'll do a moon salutation. I can't remember if I told you that bit. So bring this knee, make sure this knee is directly over your ankle. Now options, you can be here in a low straight leg lunge position. You can drop the back knee and stay here in a low lunge. You can lift up, hands to thighs. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders. So you're leaning back slightly rather than forward, hugging the thighs into the center line. Or you can reach the arms up and out into a V shape, stretch the fingers. So when I say your variation, choose one of these options. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands down beside the foot. Tuck the back toe in, open, under, straighten the leg, turn to your right into a side lunge. Both feet are turned out slightly. So you're in a side lunge, Skandasana. And you're going to shift side to side, bending one knee, then the other. Option, you could be higher up, hands on thighs. Again, focusing on fluidity in your spine, in your hips. Doesn't matter whether you touch the floor or not. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go over to the right. Turn. Just as a side note, often when I kind of do this kind of thing, I then just automatically adjust my back foot. Your option here. Low lunge with hands to thighs. Relax shoulders. Or bringing the arms up. Eye gaze lifted, really hug the thighs into the center line. Breathe in, breathe out, bring the hands down. We're going to come into plank position. Hands flat, inhale, tuck back to under, straighten legs. Exhale, into plank, head in line with spine. You can come onto your hands and knees for a cat variation or knees or toes. Exhale, chin, chest, belly. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, everybody back to down dog. Make sure your ears in alignment with your arms before you lift your hips into your down face dog. Left foot is going to come through. Step it through. Pick it up, carry it through, or drop to your knees. Bring it through and make sure this knee directly over the ankle. Your option. So whichever option suits you here. Low lunge, straight leg lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands down, tuck back toe under, turn to the right, into a side lunge, both feet are turned outside, Skandasana, shifting side to side, breathing in, breathing out, go over to the right, facing to it back where we started, inhale, heart forward, push off the back foot, exhale, feet together, inhale, lift halfway, exhale, ragdoll, nice deep knee bend, roll up through the spine, inhale, unfold all the way, bringing your palms together, exhale, stretch up and over, inhale up, exhale, up and over the other side, inhale up, exhale, hands down the center line, heart follows hands, fingertips beside feet, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward bend, fingertips beside toes, left foot, step it back, your variation, you can alternate as well between the different options, nice deep breath in, and out, hands down, tuck back toe, straighten leg, turn to the left, Skandasana, shift side to side, breathe in, breathe out, go over to the left, turn to the left, to the back of the mat, your variation. Nice deep breath in and out. Hands down, preparing for plank. Tuck back toe. Inhale, scoop over. You can come onto hands and knees as well if you need to. Either onto knees for cat or lower the knees to the floor. Exhale. Chin, chest, belly. Elbows in. Press into pubic bone. Inhale, roll shoulders. Cobra, up dog. Exhale, all the way back to down face dog. Just feet if you need to. Remember, I always just feet when I get here. Palms flat, hips high. Right foot comes through. Help it if you need to. Again, your variation. As I said, don't be afraid to vary and take different options. Just make sure the legs are firm. Your heart is open. Exhale, hands down, tuck back toe under. Inhale, turn to the left. Exhale, shift side to side. Maybe you can stay higher. Doesn't matter whether you touch the floor or not. Just open up into the hips. And going over to the left. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push off. Step the feet together. Inhale, half lift, halfway lift. Exhale, ragdoll, deep knee bend. Roll up through the spine. Inhale, unfurl. Bring your palms together. Exhale, up and over to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, over the other side. Inhale up. One more round. Exhale, heart follows hands, deep knee bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fingertips beside toes. Right foot steps back, step it back, slide it back, wiggle it back. Your option. Big breath in. All the way out, hands down. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, shift to the right. So the left knee is bent, right foot, both feet turned out, and shifting side to side. Inhale. Exhale. Then over to the right, turn. Choose your option. Inhaling. Exhaling. Prepare for plank. Inhale, straight back leg. Exhale, back into plank. Firm belly, firm thighs. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll shoulders, cat, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot, bring it through, step it through, carry it through, drop to your knees, doesn't matter. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Straighten back leg, if it's not already, turn to the right, Skandasana. Shift the weight, maybe going a little bit deeper into your hips this time. Going over to the right, turn to the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, push off. Step the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Palms to touch. Exhale, up and over. Grounding through your feet, stretch those fingertips. Inhale up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, heart follows your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fingertips beside toes. Left foot steps back. Choose your option. Big full breath in, into your heart. And out. Inhale, back toe tucks. Exhale, turn to the left. Shifting. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling over to the left. Turn. Exhale. Choose your option. Breathe in. Breathe out. Prepare for plank. Inhale. Straighten back leg. Exhale into plank. Inhale either onto your hands and knees for cat or lower down to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, heart forward. And everybody exhale back into down face dog. Right foot comes through. Any way you can. Choose your option. Big breath in. And out. Tuck the back toe. Inhale. Turn to the left. Exhale again. Both feet are turned out. Shifting the weight side to side. Remember, you can be up higher. Then over to the left. Turn to face the front of the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push off. Step the feet in. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, ragdoll. Inhale, unfurl, let that wave. Bring the palms together. Exhale, up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, up and over the other side. Inhale up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And come into a sitting position, whether that's on a block, cushion, chair. You're going to do variation of the alternate nostril, breathing inside. Remember, halfway down the nose, you'll feel a little bit of cartilage, so you don't have to press too firmly to block one nostril. So just starting off, hands on your thighs, thumb and index finger together in Gyan Mudra. So we're going to sit with a nice tall spine. You're going to inhale, reach one arm up, then block that side. Exhale through the other side. Replace that hand. Inhale, reach the other arm up, stretch up, make sure you're not tensing the shoulders, then block that side as you exhale through the other nostril. And release that side. So we inhale, reaching up, bringing that hand down, then exhaling through the nostril. Inhaling the other side. Keep inhaling as you bring the hand down and exhaling through the nostril. And continue through a few more rounds. So you inhale, bring the arm up. Keep inhaling as you bring it down to block that nostril. Then exhale fully. I'm just going to finish exhaling through the left. And release your hands down, bring your hands into Gyan Mudra, taking a nice deep breath in through both nostrils. Hold the breath at the top of the in-breath. Lift up out of the waist. Try and draw in your root blocks. So draw in pelvic floor muscles. Belly button in. Imagine squeezing up, squeezing energy up along the length of the spine. And you need to let it go if you haven't already. And noticing how you feel compared to the start. And if you wish, you can bring yourself down into Shavasana, or if you decide to end your practice here, bring your palms together, bring your hands to your heart. Take a little bow. And remember what I said at the beginning, notice the questions that you ask yourself. Things like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? Why can't I do X, Y, Z? And whenever you ask yourself, why can't I? Your brain will come up with answers, even though they're probably not the truth. Instead ask yourself, if you can ask yourself like, why can't I questions, start changing it around to how can I questions. How can I do X, Y, Z? Or sometimes I call my partner up and he does the same for me, which is great. Say, what's wrong with this situation? Or why does nothing go right? Ask yourself, because it's not true that nothing goes right. It's really not true. You can ask yourself things like, what is right? What is working? What is good? What could be good? What is great? What is already working? I noticed him say something the other day somewhere, and he said, why is it so hard? And I said, the thing is, when you ask yourself that kind of question, why is it so hard? Your brain will come up with answers like, well, because that's the way it is, because you're rubbish, because blah, 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 blah. Whereas if you ask yourself, how can I make it easier and enjoy it at the same time? Again, your brain has to come up with an answer. So ask yourself questions that the answers make you feel better rather than making you feel worse. So when you say, why is nothing working? Think to yourself, what is wonderful in my life right now? And not just, my partner, what about them is wonderful? What about them makes it wonderful, them being in your life? The fact that maybe they support you, maybe they make you laugh, maybe they don't moan. Like my partner, he doesn't moan if I get fake tan all over his sheets and that kind of stuff. And I love that about him because, little things like that, and it's things, especially if it makes you smile, is good. So no, don't just say, oh, I love having X, Y, Z. Why? What about them? You know, I love my children. Yeah, what about your children? What about your children do you love? What about your children is wonderful? And once we start doing that, we're changing our focus. As soon as we change our focus, we literally change the way we feel. So remember, if a question you're asking yourself is a disempowering question and doesn't give you a helpful answer, change it. Try and change it around. What's wrong to what's good? What's right about this? You know, why is it so hard? How can I make it easier? And how can I enjoy it? You know, just simply notice the questions that you're asking yourself. And I promise you, one, you'll notice how often you ask yourself disempowering questions, because we all do it, because we're not taught otherwise. And two, you'll notice how much better. So often we disregard something that's simple because it can't be that good. So it's too simple, it can't be that good. But actually, it does really make a massive, massive amount of difference. It really does. Just try it. Just try it and see. Next time you notice yourself asking yourself a disempowering question, find a way of asking a better question. You know, why do I never get anything right? Of course you do. You know, you do get things right. It's that you don't get everything wrong. You know, it's like, how can I do this? How can I do this? And enjoy it. And I promise you, you will notice a difference. So blessings to you. Mwah!